Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and this video is episode 3 of a weekly series I'm doing here on my channel entitled No Makeup and Chill, the Barefaced Chronicles. Now, why did I start this series? Well, because sometimes I really don't want to sit down and put a makeup look together. Getting everything all organized and ready to go for a makeup look video sometimes is a little bit on the exhausting side, and sometimes I just don't want to wear any makeup either, you know? A big part of my aging process is learning how to embrace my face, you know? I really want to do that, and I really want to encourage you guys to do the same thing. And how can I encourage you to embrace your own face sitting here with a full face of makeup on? Now, here's the thing. If you want to wear a full face of makeup 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, go for it. I absolutely support that decision. Whatever you choose to do with makeup, I'm going to support it, okay? I truly believe that everyone should do exactly what they want with their makeup, no matter what anybody else says. If you do your makeup differently than I do it, or you do it exactly the same way I do it, doesn't matter to me. I want to really support everyone in their makeup choices. I just want these videos to be very relaxed, very laid back, very chill, and I just don't really want to put any makeup on or have any makeup on. So in today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a bunch of eyeshadow palettes that I've pulled out of my collection that I really want to film multiple looks videos with. That is something that I just love to do. And one of the reasons why I wanted to sit down and show you the palettes and talk to you about my future plans is just to see what you guys think. See if any of the palettes I'm going to show you, you have like a real big desire to see me use, because maybe I'll bump those up the ladder and do my multiple looks videos with that particular palette sooner than others. And I just love to talk about eyeshadow palettes. It's so much fun. And there's there's just one that I still have not used yet at all. And so that's the one I'm going to be using first for a multiple looks video. So I'm going to start with that palette. Then I'm going to show you all of my Ladybug Glow eyeshadow palettes, because I'm going to be doing multiple looks, at least 2 looks, possibly 3 looks with each one of my Ladybug Glow palettes. That is my favorite brand. I love their palettes so much. So I just want to show the palettes a lot more love. And I'm going to just show you guys how awesome their palettes are. And then I have another stack of palettes that I really want to pull into a multiple looks video. Okay, so let me get started with the first one I still have not used yet. And that is this little beauty from Lethal Cosmetics. They have an option on their website where you can go and pull or create a palette with single eyeshadows. And so that's what I did. I grabbed all 6 of these, of course, off their website and got this little empty palette here, and the shades are magnetic, so they just pop right in there. Now, the goofiest thing is that, you know, they come in these cute little sleeves and it has the shade name on it, and I just tossed the sleeves, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know what the shade names are. Well, Erica, since these are magnetic, you can just pop them right out of the little palette here, and guess what? The shade names are on the back. Duh. So I'm going to tell you what the shade names are. And I think what I will do with this palette is pull in an all matte palette with this as well. I'm not sure exactly which one yet, but I'll figure that out. I'm going to start filming the 2 looks video with this palette tomorrow morning. So yes, I mean, this is going to make no sense, because I'm going to put this up before, well, I'm putting this video up before, it doesn't matter. Okay, move on. I get stuck in circular thought patterns, if you couldn't tell. So this shade is called Backdraft, and it's really pretty. It's like a kind of a orange and gold shifty shade. Then this one is called Ethology or Ethology. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that. And honestly, I think I might already have that shade in my Evergreen palette. But I don't care, whatever. And it's really pretty. It's like obviously yellow, but it's got some really pretty like pink, I think, reflex in there. I haven't swatched these or anything, but it looks gorgeous. This shade right here is called Mainframe, and it's this beautiful kind of like hot pink magenta mixture. It's beautiful. This one here is called Sigil or Sigil. I think it's Sigil, S-I-G-I-L. This beautiful minty green with gold reflex in it. That is so beautiful. And then this one is called Nebula. It's this beautiful kind of green, but there's like blue in there too. Can you see? Yeah. kind of a bluey shift to it. And then this one is called Evolve, or no, Revolve, not Evolve, Revolve. And it's this purple, like hot purple and cool tone purple mixture. So yeah, I'm gonna be starting playing with this tomorrow. I cannot wait, and just need to figure out which all matte palette I'm gonna be using with this. I'm thinking maybe the Beauty Bay Utopia palette, because it's got those bright shades in there. It's really fun. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys all of my Ladybug Glow palettes and just express all my love and desire and passion and longing and burning and yearning for these palettes. Calm down, I'm gonna have to take a cold shower. So the first one I'm gonna show you is the End of the Rainbow palette. And this is the most recent palette from Ladybug Glow that was released and that I picked up. And this was done in collaboration with Ice Cream Beauty Box, and it's got the cutest packaging. I think I have my lights maybe better, so it's not quite so glary, I feel like. And look at how beautiful this color story is. I mean, obviously this was released for St. Patrick's Day, and there's green in here, but there's also a lot of other really beautiful options. I mean, it's a 9-pan eyeshadow palette, so a lot maybe is an over-exaggeration, but still lots of fun stuff you can do with this palette. I had a blast creating the look that I created with it. Created. It's really fun. I cannot wait to use it again. And I did create more of a traditional St. Patty's Day look. I used the greens and yellow and stuff. So, you know, next time around, or the 2 looks video, I'm going to try to not create the same look again. All right, the next one is the Castle of Horrors palette. And this was done in collaboration with Blairdale MUA. And this is this my favorite Ladybug Glow eyeshadow palette? I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I can pick just one favorite from this brand, but this color story is so awesome to me. It's just vampy and deep and sexy and moody, and just, I love it. This shade right here is called Castle of Horror, and it's just stunning. It's got that red and then dark purple flip. It's so fun. These 2 shimmers are gorgeous. This one is 2, and then these 2 are mattes. These 3 are mattes, and it's just so fun to play with this palette. I think I've used this 3 times in total. I did a 2 looks video with it, and then I collabed with Steph, my best friend and sister, and her look was gorgeous too. But yeah, this one's going to be really fun to create a 2 looks video with. The next 2 were released this past Christmas. It was their holiday themed palette releases. This is the Krampus Continued palette, cutest outer packaging. That little buddy, so cute. And this is such a gorgeous color story. And really unique, I would say, for a holiday released palette, you know? Like typically if it's a holiday release, it's like reds and greens and golds and silvers maybe. So this has like, you know, just different options in it than what I'm used to in terms of a holiday palette. Well, except for BH Cosmetics Nonny, that had a ton of different colors in it. But I love like these 2 frosty shimmers in here. They're so beautiful. And then, you know, we got this black, like satin shade, these 2 shimmers, these 2 shades here, and these 2 shades here are the mattes. So you've got depth in here, you've got some grunge in here, and then you've got the bright kind of frosty options too, which I think is really cool. And this was really fun to play with. Have I done just the 1 look with this palette, or maybe 2 looks? Did I collab with Steph with this too? I cannot remember. Why can I not remember that? Oh yeah, we did. We used both palettes together. Let me show you the other one. This is called Krampus Eve, and I always get a fuzz on my face somewhere. This is Krampus Eve, super cute packaging. It's getting a little glary now. Knock it off, you 2. My soft box lights. Ugh. And look at that. Now this is really cool because this is the only shimmer in here, but it's very like rainbowy. If you look at it, it's got like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So really fun. And then these are all mattes. So the idea behind this, or at least how I look at it anyway, is that you can put a matte across your lid and then top it with this, and it just looks a little different each time depending on what matte you're using, because it kind of helps bring out different reflex in the shade depending on what tone of matte you use, which I think that's really cool. I don't have any other palette in my collection that's like this. And I want to say that the Ladybug Glow shimmer formula is absolutely impeccable, okay? Like really, I don't know that I've ever used a better shimmer formula. Saints Angel Sinners also has an incredible shimmer formula. So maybe kind of neck and neck, I would say. But I love this shimmer formula. This one is the Everyday Sparkle palette, and the brand owner was so sweet and sent this to me in PR. She also sent me the End of the Rainbow palette in PR too, which really means a lot to me because I have a very small channel. I don't have a huge following, you know, and I think a lot of times brands will send PR to creators that will bring them a lot of business. And I don't know that I really have that capacity to do that for the brand. So the fact that she was kind enough to gift these to me, really, really cool. And look at how beautiful these shimmer shades are. They're very neutral here, but then watch as I turn. I mean, look at that. Woo! Very cool and very interesting and very unique. And then we have this row of really cool, beautiful mattes down here. You know, and obviously this is a neutral palette, but the shimmers make it not neutral, because it just shifts. They shift, you know, all of them, most of them, all of them. This one right here is really shifty. See that? It's like peach kind of, and then here, if you can see it, I can see it. It's like a forest green. I mean, you know, come on, that's really cool. And the formula is super thick and buttery and opaque, and like you just apply it on your lids and it just stays right where you put it. You know what I mean? I have a tendency for my shimmers to just go on my lids because my eyes are so hooded. And you know, yeah, they kind of blow up a little bit, but not really. This formula is so good. Then we have the Murky Waters palette. Now I want to say this was the first palette I got from LadybugGlow. And I am just in love with this formula and with this color story, like the blues and the greens and this brown even here, right? Yeah, brown. And we have the bright green, the dark green, the blue, and then these shimmers are just stunning. And it does really say murky waters, because you have, like, you know, the murkiness of it, like these two shades, I would say. And then, you know, these look like liquid metal on the eyelids. So, and again, we've got some flippy stuff going on in here too. You know, that's another thing that LadybugGlow is, you know, stellar at, is providing really beautiful flips and metallic and just really fun finishes to their shimmers. And this, I don't think I've used this one yet, Merman. So this will be coming, I'm using this shade first and foremost in my multiple looks video with this palette. Then I have the Ladybug Glow palette from LadybugGlow. And isn't that super cute with the ladybug on the front? And this is probably one of the most, not probably, it is one of the most unique color stories I have in my collection, because it's so colorful. And the first time I saw this palette though, I was like, I don't know if I know what to do with it. And not so, I do know what to do with it. And it's just really fun. And it's got these two duochrome shades, or they multichrome, duochrome, that are just stunning. And then we have this just disco ball bright silver shimmer, just boom, right in your face. You got to have your sunglasses on to put this on your eyelids, which would be kind of a lesson in futility. But you know what? This palette kind of reminds me of the 80s because of the like neon shades in here. Neon shades or neon colors were super big in the 1980s. So yeah, love it. Can't wait to do my 2 looks video with this one. Also, then we have the Pond Lily palette, and I love the outer packaging of this. It's very like serene looking to me. And this color story, again, we have another extremely unique, different, hairs flying around. You two, the cats are over here. You guys need to quit shedding in here, okay? I want you to be able to sleep in here, but you're making a mess. Anyway, back to the palette. Just super unique, beautiful tones in here. Really fun, like mixy matchy type stuff. Beautiful shimmer formula, beautiful matte formula. I mean, the mattes are equally as, well, the shimmers are really special, okay? But the mattes are just wonderful. They're pigmented and blendable. I've never struggled with a LadybugGlow matte shade ever, or a shimmer shade. I mean, I've never had a bad experience with a LadybugGlow eyeshadow palette. But look at the fun in here. We've got like these orange and kind of grungy brownish green. We got these bright purples, you know, kind of maybe some neutral options over here. This magenta purple matte, this beautiful green satin shade. This is a beautiful green matte. I love that shade. I mean, I love all of it. It's wonderful. And then I have the Galaxia Magica palette, and look at the palette cover. Fun. Another amazing color story. Depth and light and some really unique shimmer shades, like, or a combination of shimmer shades, I would say, in here. You know, we've got this kind of blue and gold, this beautiful gold shimmer. Then we've got this darker blue, lighter blue, purple, and then pink. You know, I mean, I think it's really fun. Very different, very cool. Can't wait to use this one too. I mean, I could say that about all of these. I probably have, haven't I? You guys are like, yeah, we get it. This is the Criatura palette from Ladybug Glow. Look how cute that little guy is. His the little creature, Criatura. And I actually saved the outer sleeve. I don't usually do that, but I love this. Of course, the palette looks the same as the outer box. And this is just incredible. We have a row of mattes, row of shimmers, row of mattes. I love the way that Ladybug Glow arranges their color stories in their palettes. Really fun. Now, this shade I still have not used, this beautiful bright pink. I really want to use that, which may surprise some of you because pinks normally scare me. Well, they don't scare me. I just don't really like how they look on me, but I'm getting over that. I'm pretty much over that now. But, you know, really unique, shifty shimmer shades. A deeper purple, a lighter purple, this beautiful kind of teal green, and then this really interesting like gold, and I think there's like lavender. I mean, you know, how cool is that? You can't tell me it's not cool. I won't believe you. So yeah, this is coming too, obviously. They all are. And then the last Ladybug Glow palette I have, my last one, is the Floresta palette. And look at him. I love him. I love him. He's so cute. I do. He's my little buddy. And again, we have a lovely arranged palette and color story. And this one I like because you could do looks by columns. You know, this could be a look, this, and this. You know, you could do it like that. Or you can like do a quad here. This quad, yeah, I mean, you could use 3 shimmers and a matte. This quad would be cool. This quad would be cool. You could go diagonal. That might be kind of fun too. And I don't normally do my looks like that. I just kind of go, well, this looks cool, that looks cool. And I just, you know, I don't really do them by, well, I have before, but it's not common for me to do it like that. But maybe I will with this palette. You never know. Okay, so now I have a pretty decent stack of palettes that I really want to use in multiple looks videos. And I'm probably going to add more because I have over 200 eyeshadow palettes. But these are just the ones that like, I look at on my shelf and I'm like, that one, yeah. For now, this might change. And like I said, I probably will pull more into a multiple looks video series, whatever. I don't know if I'm going to do a series per se. And of course, I'm going to be peppering these multiple looks videos with other stuff. You know, I'm not just going to do multiple looks videos and that's it for the rest of time. So I'm going to start off with a newer palette in my collection. And this is the Poppy Storm palette from Titanium Foxes. And I did just do a 2 looks video with this, but I love this palette so much that I thought I need to do another one. You know, why not? Look at how fun the packaging is, because this color story is just has my heart. I could hop inside this palette and live here because the color story is just what I love. The depth, the vampiness, the sexiness. I mean, I don't know that I've ever done a sexy look ever in my life, but I do like sexy looking palettes, that's for sure. And I just think the tones in here are so beautiful and different. And I don't think, I mean, maybe I could dupe this palette with what I already have in my collection, but I think it would be kind of difficult to do that. And I don't know, I just saw this palette, I saw the color story and the arrangement and like the different textures that were in here and the flippiness, like this is super flippy and so is this. And I thought, I have to get it. I have to get it. Now, I have to make a huge correction. This is not a UK indie brand, it's a French indie brand. And inevitably, I just do that here. I just assume something somewhere and I'm like, yep, that's where it's at. And a really great subscriber of mine said, actually, this is a French indie brand. Duh. So I apologize for giving you guys incorrect information, but this is going to be really fun to pull out and use again. This shade right here, I have not used yet. Well, yes, I did. I put it in my inner corner, but I want to put that across my entire lid. It's going to be so awesome. All right, the next one is another newer palette in my collection, and this is the Beauty Moon Cosmetics Divergence palette. I did do a 2 looks video with it, but I want to do 2 more looks with it, another video with it. I mean, I want to do a bajillion looks with these palettes, okay? But I really want to use this again and create another 2 looks video with it. Did I do a 2 looks or just a 1 look? I think I just did a 1 look. I want to do So, okay, if I just did a 1 look video, which I think that's all I did, I'm going to use this for a 3 looks video then. Absolutely. And, you know, I think, yeah, because the only shimmer I used is this one. That is ridiculous. Look at this row of shimmers down here. Ugh. So yeah, this is, I cannot wait to use again. Just a beautiful, unique color combo. We've got depth, we've got grunge, we've got light, bright, you know, all the things. And also, I think it's got a really good matte to shimmer ratio. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mattes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmers. I think that's really good, really cool. And I love this brand. The brand owner is such an amazing person, and she's so kind and so supportive. And every time I order something from her, she throws in little extra goodies, which, you know, she doesn't have to do that. That means so much to me. Now, I do have a code with this brand. It's affiliated. It's Erica15, 15% off your purchase if you so choose. I really don't like to push my codes. But then I also think it's going to save you guys some money. And just so you guys know, how I do my coding stuff is I don't get any kickback from it, okay? What I do is I say, put that money in a little pot for me. And then when I come to buy more stuff from you, because I will, could you just apply that to what I owe you? That's how I do it with Ladybug Glow too. I also have a code with Ladybug Glow, Erica10. It'll save you 10%. Okay. The next one I'm going to be doing a multiple looks video with at some point is the Juvia Place Culture 2 palette. Now, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, she's new on this platform, or newer on this platform. She just did a 10 looks video with this palette. So cool. I mean, she didn't put all 10 looks in one video. She kind of, you know, spread them out a little bit. But she just created the most beautiful looks with this palette. She is not human, okay? The things she can do with makeup and how her mind works and things that she sees to put together, I don't get it. Like, how'd you even think of that? Not why. Why'd you think of it? No, how did you think of that? Because she just creates absolute magical artwork on her eyelids. And she and I just collabed together not very long ago, and it was a wonderful experience. I hope we can do it again, because she is very, very precious to me, okay? She's very precious, very special, very dear to my heart. But isn't this such a fun palette, because it's got a bajillion options in here. You know, you've got the deeper shades, and then you've got the lighter shades to blend the deeper shades out with. You can go really wild and crazy, putting, you know, totally different colors together, which Jasmine can do like it's nobody's business. So this is going to be really fun to pull out and use again. I think I've only used it like once or twice. And I got this palette with a gift card that Andy from Andy Does Stuff sent to me for my birthday, I'm pretty sure. So this is a very special palette in my collection. I also really want to pull out the Artemis palette from Alter Ego and create a 2 looks video with it, or 3 looks, something like that. This is duping the Natasha Denona Metropolis, right, palette. And, you know, Alter Ego dupes more expensive palettes for a much more affordable price. And when I saw the Metropolis palette be released, I was like, oh, that color story is so cool. Because, you know, you got a lot of neutrals in here, but they're stunning. And then you have some beautiful, colorful options in here too. And there's the depth and the grunge and then the bright. You know, I love that about palettes, if you couldn't tell already. And I think I've used this palette maybe 3 or 4 times since I've had it. I've had it for quite some time, and I really enjoy it. So I think it'll be really fun to pull this out and create like a, maybe I'll do a 3 looks video with this. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, ow, I pinched my finger. I do that often when I shut my palettes, I pinch my finger. I don't know. The next one is the Beauty Creations Ariel palette. And Shannon Carroll, one of my dear friends who I have not talked to in a very long time, she used this palette in a collab that she and I did together. We picked each other's palettes and then also picked the shades that we used in our looks. And I just saw this, she sent me a picture of this, and I thought, that's beautiful. I want you to use that palette. And so I picked, I think, 5 shades out of here for her to use. And when I saw her look come together, I was like, why don't I have that palette? And I'm pretty sure they were having a sale. So I went onto their website and got this. I also have a ton of pot gel liners from this brand that I've got to use. I just forget to use them. Or I think, oh, I don't think that'll look good with this look, you know. Sometimes, I don't know. Anyway, And I don't really hear a lot of people talking about Beauty Creations, but they have some beautiful palettes for a very affordable price. Absolutely. I mean, this palette was not expensive. I don't know, 15 bucks maybe at the most. I don't think it was 20. I'm pretty sure it was under 20. It does have a pressed glitter here, but it's pretty finely milled. This shade is super cool because it's like blue, but it's got like these kind of funky stripes in it, I guess. Is that, I don't know. But really fun tones in here. I like this part right here for some reason. My eyes always go right there. So I'll probably use these colors in a look. But you know, I've got the greens that I love and then purples, blues. I mean, you guys can see what's in the palette, of course, but yeah, I loved it when I used it. Just need to use it again. Then I have to pull this palette into a multiple looks video too. This is the Beauty Bay Bright palette. And my dear friend and soul sister, Cheryl, who has been my subscriber since the very beginning. Actually, we were friends before I started my channel. Really good friends, actually. She was talking to me about this palette and she said, because I think I mentioned wanting a rainbow palette or something. And she said, try out the Beauty Bay Bright palette. I think you'd love it. And she was right. I think this is my favorite rainbow palette in my collection. It's so fun to use. It's so beautiful. There's a bajillion options in here. You know, I mean, this is like a eyeshadow party and an eyeshadow palette. And I do like the fact that you do have this row of neutrals up here too. Because I think somebody who maybe is a little intimidated by color can start off up here and then build as you go. But yeah, this will definitely be coming in a multiple looks video. I think I've said that like 43,000 times. Now I have another stack of palettes here. There's a few, but not a ton. So just bear with me. Let's get through this together. You guys, we can do it. This is the Be Perfect Carnival 3 Love Tahiti Stacy Marie palette. Longest titled palette there is on the face of the universe. The whole universe, all the galaxies, all the moons. This has the longest eyeshadow palette title ever. And I really like how this palette is arranged because when I look at it, I don't automatically say, oh yeah, that's a rainbow palette because it's, you know, not arranged like the Bright palette is. You know, it's more kind of like, I don't know, it's just not arranged red, orange, yellow, green, blue, you know. It's just more kind of, it's got a more creative layout color-wise, I would say. I have used this palette, I think 5 times, and this is a really close tie with the Beauty Bay Bright palette. Sometimes I like this one more. Sometimes I like the Beauty Bay Bright one more. It just kind of depends on, I think it kind of depends on which one I've used most recently. But the formula and the quality of these shades, man, I am telling you, if this palette is still available and you're looking for a really good rainbow palette, I highly recommend getting this palette. It is perfection. It really is. So is the Beauty Bay Bright palette. They're both really, really nice. I think I would say that maybe the shimmers in here are a little bit more unique or maybe dynamic, I guess, than the Beauty Bay Bright. The Beauty Bay Bright shimmers are a little bit more, not subtle, but I don't know. These are just like, whoa. And the Beauty Bay Bright ones are like, But yeah, I cannot wait to pull this out. Okay, I'm going to pinch my finger again. The next one is the NYX Professional Makeup Ultimate Utopia palette. And I got this at Target after seeing Steph from Steph's Beauty Stash use this beauty. And it's lovely. It really is a lovely NYX palette. I feel like NYX can be kind of hit or miss. I had a couple of NYX palettes that I decluttered a while back and thought, But this one is just amazing. And the shades that I love the most in this palette are these two right here. This beautiful chartreuse green and then this gold. And this sage green shimmer is really nice too. And you know, I think what I will do with this is I'm probably gonna pull it into a Throwback Thursday video. You know what I could do? I could do a Throwback Thursday 2 looks video with this baby. That's what I'm gonna do. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But yeah, this is really nice. I have no idea if this is still available. Oh, and also this shade right here I love too. It's this dark purple satiny shimmer shade. Don't know if it's available, but highly recommend it if it is. I don't know. I also have a palette from Morphe. I know that people don't always love Morphe, and I totally understand why. When I first got into makeup, I loved Morphe because they had these huge palettes for not very much money. But this is the 35C Everyday Chic. And I like their palettes. I do. I don't always like their business practices or who they join forces with. But this one I felt like I felt comfortable buying this one because I don't feel like it was tied to anybody that I wanted to punch in the face. But look at the beautiful color story we have here. Lots of neutrals, yes, but beautiful neutrals. And then some depth down here. I love the tones. This shade right here is a pressed glitter. Not sure about that one, but I should give it a try. I've got to do a look where I'm creating a look with, I got to do a video, there we go, where I'm creating a look with a pressed glitter so you guys can see how easy it can be to apply a pressed glitter. Some of you are like, yeah, Erica, you sit down, I'll show you how easy it is. But I really do want to do that because I've been saying it for a long time and I don't do it. I just forget to do it. I don't know, I just saw this palette and I'm like, I have to have it. I think I got this at Ulta with an Ulta gift card for my son. Okay, if I pinch my finger one more time. Okay, the next one is the Melt Amore Mariposas palette. And Andy from Andy Does Stuff, she gifted this to me, that sweetheart. I know Ash, Makeup and Chaos, they love this palette. Kimmy, my Kimmy Poo, hanging out with Kim, she loves this palette. And I love this palette. I think this is my favorite, it is by far, yeah, well, maybe not by far, but it is my favorite melt palette that I own. I think this is such an awesome color story. Greens, neutrals, like terracotta, bright, orangey, I don't know, maroon, and then purpley reddish. You know, really fun. I think you guys are like, yes, Erica, we can see the color story. We don't need you to point it out to us like you're, you know, guiding traffic. Sorry. I've used this palette a handful of times, and every single time I've used it, I've loved it. I've just loved it. It's just so fun. And the packaging is very special to me too, because my mom passed almost 8 years ago, and we believe she's now a butterfly. So every time I look at this palette, I see my mom. I actually call this my Mimi Andy palette. And it's got an anatomical heart on the front. I didn't see that at first. I don't know what I thought that was. But Ash was using the palette on their channel, and they said, oh, look at the anatomical heart. And I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, it is. I don't know where my brain is 90% of my life, okay? But, ooh, I almost dropped this. The next one is the Martine Cosmetics Mission Triple X palette. Now this color story, and this has the strongest magnet. You have to lift weights for about 6 months before you can open the palette. This color story is so special and just gets me right in my makeup loving guts, you know? Because I love the greens, I love the earthy, I love the grungy, I love the vampy. You know, this is like very alien sexy type palette. I just love it. And all of the shade names in here are based on alien movie characters, which I think is really cool, really neat. Because I love the alien movies, love them, so good. I love Sigourney Weaver. So yeah, I mean, I've used this palette, I think 2-3 times. Let's open it up one more time. I mean, you can see some of these shades in here have not been touched. They are pristine, and I don't want it to be pristine. But I've mentioned so many times that I do have this weird, bizarre thing that I do where I'm like, okay, I love the palette, so I don't want to use it. I just want to keep it. It's like, okay, well, then why have it? Dumb. And I also pulled out my other Martine Cosmetics palette. The little doohickey fell off this. But this is the Martine Cosmetics 669 palette. This is another brand that I said was a French indie brand, and they're located in Belgium. I need a map. I need a magnifying glass. I need a tutor, a geography tutor. But look at how fun. And I just did use this palette for my Janet Jackson makeup and artist video. But see, you can see how flippy this is in the pan. Although this does not do that on my eyelids. I don't know. This does. This has that purple and like teal shift. That definitely flips on my eyelids. But this one did not. This is the shade I used for my Janet Jackson video. And I was like, where's the flip? Where is the flip? And then we have this one here called Freya that has the pink and green. Makes me so excited. So excited. And we have, again, the earthy, vampy, sexy. Ooh, ooh la la. Okay. The next palette is the Lena Lashes, the Bee palette. And it's actually Laissez le bon temps rouler, le bel créole. Now, I used to speak French. I know you wouldn't know it by what I just said, but I used to speak French. Look at the outer packaging. This is a Black woman-owned brand, and I just think this is stunning. Very, very cool. And I love, like, here, you know, it looks like the honey's dripping off, you know, and I always do the wrong thing. You hold this, you lift that. And I always want to lift that and the whole palette flies out of my hands. But look at how fun. It's shaped like a freaking honeycomb. Isn't that cool? I don't have any other honeycomb palettes in my collection but this one. And I think I've used this twice. Twice. Yeah, right. Stupid. So this I will be putting in a 3 looks video with it. And the shades that I've primarily used are like right in here, this area. Like I have never used these shades. I don't think I've ever used these shades. Maybe that one. But mostly just right in here. So this is going to be awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Because it's a really lovely formulated and quality palette. I'm trying to find a spot to put this. And I'll put it down here. Then I thought it would be fun to pull this palette in. This is the Always Be a Sunflower in a Field of Pricks by Exo Cosmetics. And field is spelled wrong. And every time I look at that, I'm like, my mother would lose her mind because she was a teacher. And it's really cool because it's just magnetized. The lid comes off. We got this really cool mirror here. And then we have this incredible color story. I've only used this palette the one time. And I really enjoy Exo Cosmetics formula. I have the Valkyrie palette from this brand too. And they make beautiful palettes, really unique color stories, really fun packaging. And I got to use this again. So I might do a 3 looks with this one too. I don't know, probably 2, but maybe 3, I don't know. And then the last one I have been wanting to do a multiple looks video with forever since I got it is the P. Louise Watch the Queen Conquer palette. I mean, that makes no sense. This is my favorite, well, it was my favorite eyeshadow. I mean, it's still in the top 3 of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. But it just doesn't make any sense that I've loved it for as long as I have and have never done a multiple looks video with it. I filmed with it a couple of times on my channel and I've used it a couple times off my channel, but stupid. Okay, so this opens like a chessboard, or opens like this, and it is a chessboard. And it's got 2 sides. We have this side that has the purples, pinks, kind of salmony pinks, magenta, this cream shade down here, you know, but purples, pinks. Did I say that? Yeah. Again, I don't know why I feel the need to tell you what colors they are. You guys can see that for yourselves. And then we have oranges. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it. I don't care. Oranges, reds, browns, golds, and like some maybe olivey stuff too. I mean, isn't that cool? And I am so impressed by the way the shades I've used in this palette so far. I haven't used all of them. So impressed with how everything works in here. And this was a gift from a friend, and it's just very special to me. And I know I'm going to have a ton of fun putting a multiple looks video together with that. Okay, so those are the palettes that I'm going to be using throughout 2024 to create multiple looks with. And, you know, I don't know that I'm going to use all of these throughout the year. You know, I may get to the end of the year and I haven't used some of these. I don't know. We'll see. But that's my goal anyway. That's what I want to do. And I have a list. These are all on a list so that I'll remember. Lock it down. And there could be some other palettes that I decide I want to do a multiple looks video with too. But these will have top bidding here, right? I also have like the Michaela 1 and the Michaela 2 palette from Glamlight I'd like to use too. And, you know, there's a few other ones. But I would love to know what you guys would like to see me use. Let me know. We can chat about that. Like, you know, do you have a preference of where you'd like me to begin? I am, though, going to begin with the Lethal Cosmetics little singles palette and then also the Ladybug Glow palettes. And then I'll just kind of spread my wings and fly from there. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and yes, I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.